Well, team, that was not the desired result. We we decided to go ahead and capture some of the footage while we were trying to level up our two-hand blunt that we had just gotten in the last episode. And we'd kind of been like pretty much just like chain pulling like caimans, crocodiles, and everything, and really hadn't had much trouble, as almost all of them had just been green. We were still getting the experience and getting some skill ups. It was fine. And without even paying attention, we locked into one sort of fighting, and that bad boy was dark blue, and he wore us out. And we had a failed feign death that straight up failed, and then we had multiples where just the timing was off, I guess, because apparently if it's already swinging and you feign death, like they still hit you, and mend wasn't back up, so it was just all bad all the way around. Yeah, so we captured, excuse me, we didn't capture anything. We surrendered one of our lives. So let's get see if we can't get a buff or two and go get our corpse back. Good times. Knew it had to happen eventually. Well, now that we have our corpse back and all of our gear back on us, what is up, guys? Wraith here, Grey Bearded Gaming Society. We are back at it with our little monk buddy Riordan. We're still working on our two-handed blunt, on our new spiffy little staff here, and we'll probably throw the LFG flag up, see what kind of trouble we can get into. So stick around, and we'll see if we can avenge ourselves on some luggage or get another group, get something else going on. But keep working on this staff, because so far that it has been hitting like a freight train, so hard to complain about that. So here we go, guys. Alright, guys, so we have officially tacked on level 21. We pretty much spent pretty much spent this entire level just soloing with the looking for group flag up. It's just, again, some weeks are like that, it just happens. But what we can't complain about is the progress that we've made on our two-hand blunt skill. Now, it started off, obviously, a little bit choppy. We just, between two things, again, I mean, it was, just going from target to target to target. Didn't really give myself rest. Didn't really give myself a good chance to heal up at all. And the nice thing is these guys are still going to give us experience. So this guy keeps being a priest. Let's see what happens here. But yeah, I didn't con things. I just ran from target to target. And then I just kind of wore myself out. And then, some bad pain deaths, whatever. It happens. We still have 7 lives left in the challenge. This is going to stink. Yep. We still have 7 lives left in the challenge. It's hard to complain about that. We just got our two-hand blunt skill over 81. Or, well, over 80, at 81, which is really nice. We are hitting much more consistently now. This is really the only guys that even give us too much trouble are these big priests. Now, we haven't messed with, A orc warriors, because that would just be a bad idea, because those guys are just so much bigger than everybody. Mend, doing. But yeah, I mean, again, it's been slow for grouping, but good for skill ups. We've managed to get a lot of skill ups. Oh, and we've, going back to previous conversations we were having in chat, we might have to try to do something about some bags, because we've been trying to keep it really thin on the weight, and at this point I honestly think it's becoming a little bit of a detriment for us. I think these legs will sell more than these words, so we'll just pitch the words for now. But let's make, yeah, so okay. But yeah, so like I said, with 21, we did go ahead and pick up our last name, so we are now officially Reed and Thunderfist. Even though we're beating stuff to death with a big stick, eventually we'll get back to punching things in the head. But I said, aside from the one death, it was a good week. We did get a lot done, so we chomped out a whole level. We decided to come over here to the orcs. We came over here kind of timidly, right? Wanted to make sure that at this set of this space in the orc highway, we can pick them out relatively easily. They pass in front of us. Like, this guy's a big guy, so let's see. Oh yeah. There's still a couple of these guys who are blue, which means they're at about the highest in range they can get. I think we can still take him. But we've been basically pulling him down here over here near the beach. It's been working pretty good for us. We rarely get ads from the orcs. Occasionally, there's a mummy that paths by here. Now, what's funny about it is he actually aggroes the orcs before he aggroes us. So he actually kind of helps us kill the orcs on occasion. He did steal, I think, one time. Past that, we've been fine, and then he's been green every single time so far, so we just take him out, and it's worked pretty good for us. And again, if all else fails, we've just, all right, feign death, wait for everybody to walk away. We've also been lucky in that we haven't gotten a rabies or anything like that, so can't complain about that. But it's been a good little spot for us, but we're also, like I said, we're picking up stuff that we can sell. That's been the other big shtick. We can run over to the gypsy camp on the other side and sell the stuff, and hopefully make ourselves a couple of plat. That will be the trick now, right? Is trying to not only get the level and the experience, but then also making sure that we're keeping that revenue stream going, right? Like we got some big goals ahead of us. Want to make sure that we try to pick up a haste item at some point, which I know in the low 20s it's kind of early to do that, but with the server being as mature as it is, some of the items like the Crystal Triton hand wraps, they were also mentioned in the chat. They're relatively cheap compared to some of the other ones. At least they do have some stats. I think the Flowing Black Silk Sash is actually a little more haste, but 0 stats. So it's it's kind of a give and take, and we don't have good gloves at the moment anyway. So having a magic set of gloves would just be super. Blarg, Feign Death 106. But yeah, so we did manage to keep things moving along this week. I said plus or minus the one kind of snafu, but I think we're gonna call it at that for this week. Like I said, we feel pretty confident that our two-hand blunt skills now should be good enough. We've been handling things pretty well. We're hitting pretty hard with it. I'd be curious to see what we could actually do with a couple of buffs. To see if we could actually, maybe hit something as hard as 50. So far, like 46 seems to be our best. But, I mean, if we get a good swing and then a double attack, it's just, you just watch hit points melt off of something. So, Daishan, you were the man. This has been a lot of fun. Just watching the hit points melt off of stuff and we start clocking them with this beat stick. But I think we're going to call it with that for the week, guys. Like I said, we got another level. We'll pad it up a little bit. We got our last name. We got another weapon skill where we're nice and usable. Our other skills are just climbing. I think we're just going to start heading over here and start selling. We'll see if we can't pick up a sow or something. Well, we might not have to go. We'll see what we can do. But like I said, I think that's going to be it for this week, guys. Said as always, if you like what we're doing, hey, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. We do love to hear from everybody. But until next time, and here's my pathing cryptomy. Like I said, he just basically walked around the edge of the lake. We're going to leave him alone for right now, just because at this point he's just green, and I don't want rabies at the last minute. So, but where was I? Oh yes. So until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest. We'll catch you guys next week. Night, guys.